The Alto Mijares county is located in the interior mountain range of Castellón, Spain. The terrain is very abrupt. Altitudes range from 170 meters to 1800 meters. Slope average over 32%. The mean annual temperature is around 15 degrees Celsius. Average annual rainfall is 556 millimeters, but it is highly variable from 250 to 1300 millimeters and occurs mainly in autumn, defining a Mediterranean semi-arid climate. Vegetation classes correspond to all successional stages in a Mediterranean limestone environment, mixing a coarse-grained mosaic of matorral maquias, Aleppo pine woodlands, and forests. Here you can see the highest elevation in the region, Peñagolosa. Close to us, Pinus alepensis forest. In the background, over 800 meters in elevation, Pinus nigra, and on top of Peñagolosa, Pinus silvestris. Some plant species remain from the laurisilva that once occupied this area. Here you can see Arbutus unedo. But most plant species are sclerophylls, vegetation with small, hard, dark, and waxy leaves designed to prevent moisture loss in the summers. Dense maquias of evergreen sclerophyll shrubs and small trees are abundant after disturbances or abandonment. The climax vegetation should be the sclerophyllous evergreen oak forests of Quercus ilex or Quercus vaginea, occasionally Quercus suber on siliceous soils, but these forest types are very rare in the study area due to past human intervention. Here you can see a very old Quercus vaginea tree. It's a witness of the past in which oak forests were a lot more abundant. Evidences of pruning can be seen in this crown. Some cork oak forests persist due to the economic importance of the cork, a product with a good market in the past for taps. Nowadays, it is threatened by other industrial non-wood products. Wherever cork oaks are removed, burned, or cut, Pinus pinaster trees take over. Until the 1950s, around 25,000 people inhabited this county, but now there are less than 2,000 and decreasing. Abandonment started in the 1950s with the ending of vegetal fuel extraction for ceramic manufacturing. Most matorral and forest expansion took place between the 1950s and the 1980s. With a striking increase in Aleppo pine forests of over 14,000 hectares and a similar amount in shrublands. After the year 1990, the area experienced some very large wildfires. The largest forest fire recorded in the area was the Espadilla fire in 1994, burning close to 20,000 hectares. It was caused by lightning in the peak of Peña Saganta, now in front of you. From this vantage point, we can assess the magnitude of this fire. During the summer, dead fine fuel moisture is very low, setting conditions for extreme fire behavior that often completely burns whole Aleppo pine stands. Evidences of many other fires can be seen all throughout, for instance, close to the Arenos Reservoir. This is a view of the Argelita fire. It happened in 1993. Good regeneration can be observed after 20 years in the lower part of the slopes burned. The rate of land cover change triggered by rural abandonment is currently very low. Since properties are private, timber harvesting is negligible. Reforestation is minimal to non-existent. Consequently, secondary succession and wildfires are the driving forces for spatial change in this landscape. If fire frequency is not too high, at least 20-25 years pass between a fire and the next, regeneration of Aleppo pine is usually good. Regeneration often is so successful that it becomes a silvicultural problem. Up to 100,000 seedlings per hectare can be found in really good sites. Taking into account that Aleppo pine grows around 0.6 cubic meters per hectare per year, and there are not nearby industries or markets, treatments are considered too expensive. On very few occasions we can visit a treated site like this, where a low thinning was planned by the owner and supervised by the Forest Administration. Mediterranean landscapes like this are currently managed by a wildfire. This raises concern over their future, and the future of the many ecosystem services they provide, making Mediterranean forest management a real challenge for foresters of the future.